Hey guys, it's Miss Clark. I'm going to be sharing with you chapters 23 and 24 of Sideways Stories from Wayside School. So I will be presenting this on June 4th, not on June 2nd. So let's get started. All right. So, chapter 23, Allison. Number 1, why don't the boys bother Allison? Number 2, why does Allison give her things away? Number 3, what secret does Allison learn? Okay, so let's go ahead and read chapter 23, Allison. So I'm on this page right here. Okay, so don't forget to read along with me. All right, Allison had pretty blonde hair and always wore a sky blue windbreaker. Her windbreaker was the same color as her eyes. She was best friends with Rondi. Rondi had blonde hair too, but she was missing her 2 front teeth. Allison had all of her teeth. Allison used to say that she knocked Rondi's teeth out. Allison was very pretty, so all the boys in Miss Jules' class teased her, especially Jason. But Allison said, "Leave me alone or I'll knock your teeth out," like I did Rondi's. The boys didn't bother her after that. One day, Allison brought a tangerine for lunch. She took the peel off in one piece. Miss Mush walked up to her. "Allison, may I have your tangerine?" she asked. Miss Mush always gave food to the children, so Allison was happy to give her tangerine away. Miss Mush shoved it in her mouth and swallowed it in less than 4 seconds. Allison left the lunchroom and walked down to the library. The lunchroom was on the 15th story. The library was on the 7th. Allison already had her book. She just went to the library because it was nice and quiet there. The librarian walked up to Allison. "What are you reading?" she asked. Allison told her the name of the book. "That sounds like a good book," said the librarian. "Jay never read that one. May I borrow it?" The librarian always lent books to the children. Allison was glad to be able to return the favor. She gave the librarian the book, then walked down the stairs outside to the playground. All of Allison's friends were playing freeze tag. Allison didn't feel playing. She reached into the pocket of her sky blue windbreaker, just a jacket, and took out a tennis ball. She bounced a couple of times on the ground. Lewis came up to her. "Hi, Allison," he said. "May I play with your tennis ball?" Lewis always gave balls to the children. Allison happily gave her ball to Lewis. Lewis threw the ball all the way to the other side of the playground. Then he went chasing after it. Allison didn't feel like doing anything. Jason ran up and tagged her. "You're frozen," he said. "Get out of here before I knock your teeth out," said Allison. Jason shrugged his shoulders and left. Allison went back inside and up the 30 flights of stairs to Mrs. Jules' room. The lunch period wasn't over yet, but Allison didn't feel like doing anything else. She had given her food to the lunch teacher, her book to the librarian, and her ball to the yard teacher. She went inside her classroom. Mrs. Jules was there. "Oh, Allison, I'm glad you're here," said Mrs. Jules. "I'm having trouble with an arithmetic problem. Maybe you can help." "Sure," said Allison. Mrs. Jules always helped the children with their problems. Allison was happy to help. "How do you spell chair?" asked Mrs. Jules. "Chair," said Allison. "Yes, that's right," said Mrs. Jules. "I knew it wasn't Chare, but I couldn't remember what it was." "That's not an arithmetic problem," said Allison. "That's spelling." "Yes, you're right again," said Mrs. Jules. "I always get the two mixed up." The bell rang. The lunch period was over. Allison could hear the other children running up the stairs. "Allison," said Mrs. Jules, "you learned a very important secret today, and I don't want you to tell any of the other children, not even Rondi." "What was that?" asked Allison. She didn't even know she had learned a secret. She loved secrets. "You learned that children are really smarter than their teachers," said Mrs. Jules. "Oh, that's no secret," said Allison. "Everybody knows that." All right, and that's the end of that chapter, chapter 23. All right, so number 1, why don't the boys bother Allison? Because she said that she knocked out Rondi's teeth. Number 2, why does Allison give her things away? Well, because people ask for them. And then number 3, what secret does Allison learn? That teachers are actually not as smart as students. All right, and then the character card for Allison. You can draw her. All right, chapter 24, Damien. Number 1, what are the 2 definitions of pupil as used in this chapter? Number 2, why does Damien run up and down steps? And then number 3, what does Damien lose and who finds it? All right, chapter 24, Damien. So you're right here on this page. Damien had hazel eyes with a little black dot in the middle of each of them. The dots were called pupils. So was Damien. He was a pupil in Mrs. Jules' class. Mrs. Jules was about to show the class a movie. She turned out the lights. When it was dark, Damien's pupils got bigger. Damien, said Mrs. Jules, run downstairs and ask Louis if he'd like to see the movie with us. Damien ran down the 30 flights of stairs to the playground. He stepped outside as Louis was hooking up a tetherball. Hey, Louis, Damien called. Do you want to see a movie in Mrs. Jules' class? Louis rubbed his chin. What movie? He asked. Damien shrugged his shoulders. I don't know, he said. I'll be right back. Damien ran all the way back up the stairs to the 30th story. Louis wants to know what movie, said Damien. Does he want to know the name of the movie or what the movie is about? asked Mrs. Jules. I don't know, said Damien. I'll ask him. Damien raced back down the stairs and out to the playground. Louis, do you want to know the name of the movie or what the movie is about? He asked. The name, said Louis. Okay, said Damien. Damien hurried back up the 30 flights of stairs. He took the steps 2 at a time. He wants to know the name, said Damien. Turtles, said Mrs. Jules. Damien turned around, took a deep breath, and ran back down the stairs. Turtles, Damien told Louis. Hey, that might be good, said Louis. What's it about? I'm not sure, said Damien. I'll find out. Damien raced back up the stairs, but first he stopped to take a drink of water. What's it about, Mrs. Jules? asked Damien. Turtles, said Mrs. Jules. Damien rushed back down the stairs to tell Louis. Turtles, said Damien. No thanks, said Louis. I don't like turtles. They're too slow. Damien lowered his head and slowly walked up the 30 flights of stairs. His legs were sore, he could hardly breathe, and his side ached. By the time he got to Mrs. Jules' class, the movie was over. All right, class, said Mrs. Jules, I want everybody to take out a piece of paper and a pencil and write something about turtles. Damien had missed the movie, but he could still have written something about turtles. Turtles are too slow, but now he couldn't find his pencil. It just wasn't his day. What's the matter, Damien? asked Mrs. Jules. I can't find my pencil, said Damien. Class, Damien's pencil is missing, Miss Jules announced. What did it look like, Damien? She asked. It was long and yellow, said Damien. It had a black point at one end and a red eraser at the other. I found it, said Todd. Here, by the blackboard. Yes, that's it, said Damien. No, there it is, in the corner by the wastebasket, said Crabapple. Maybe that's it, said Damien. Here it is, said John. It's been in my desk the whole time. No, here it is in my hand, said Joe. I found it, said Rondi. Here it is, said Allison. I have it, laughed DJ. I found it, said Myron. Which one is yours, Damien? asked Mrs. Jules. Damien studied each pencil. They all look like mine, he said. Fortunately, at that moment, Louis walked into the classroom. He handed Damien a pencil. You dropped this when you were telling me about the movie, said Louis. Thanks, said Damien. Okay, class, said Miss Jules, so that we have no more mix-ups, I want everybody to write his name on his pencil. Damien spent the rest of the day trying to write his name on his pencil. Damien's pencil couldn't write on itself. It was just like his beautiful hazel eyes with the black dots in the middle. They could see everything except themselves. All right, so number 1, what are the 2 definitions of pupil? One of them is the dark circle in your eye, and the other one is a student. Number 2, why does Damien run up and down the steps? Because he's running errands for Miss Jules. And then number 3, what does Damien lose? He loses a pencil, and then who finds it? Louis does. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 24 and the character card of Damien. Remember, there are pictures in each chapter. All right, so I will see you guys later.